Hey everybody, it's Brad, and this is the February 2nd, 2023 ES chart review. So first we'll start with the daily here, and you can look at the chart prep from this morning and see what the targets were. Didn't have much downside. I was really expecting, with the daily here, and we had this gap, we tapped it, shot off. Had a gap here, tapped it. This is really just the distribution phase from this move here, right? So what we're looking for is the top of that candle. We had some other targets too, but that was like the big one, top of this candle, as well, from December 13th. We've been looking at that for a long time. Other target here. Obviously, we're getting crazy way up there, right? So quite a good push today, but there's a couple of moves I wanted to go into, and this is going to be very heavy on the Power 3 concept because, I watched some videos about it last night and saw some different ideas of how to think about it and how to draw it out for plays. So it really was a sort of like flavor of the week kind of thing, where I just was looking at it all day long. But we had some really good setups on it, and I'll try to go through those and maybe some other ideas as well. As you can see, we had a run up, and then we pulled back pretty good, and had another little wave up and down. And you'll see this all lays out two different 50% lines and stuff like that. But let's go into the morning move. The morning move, you can see it two ways. All right. You could look at it here with London, right? And let's think about the Power 3 concept here. So we could draw a box, something like this, for the consolidation phase, right? Or accumulation phase, before London open. And then we have this push down just right out of it. Nothing much, but we're talking about a session that isn't as heavy with movement as the New York session. So we have a little move out, we have a move back in, and then we have this big displacement, right? Now, I would like to look at maybe a smaller time frame here to see if we have our main signal. Actually, we should include this there. See if it has our signal for the entry based on it coming back in, tapping the bottom there. So let's pull a trend line out. And this would be the bottom. Yeah, I mean, not really. It's a little sloppy. We can go to 1 minute and see if there's something more to see there. But yeah, not really. So, the main thing you're looking at is going to be the fair value gap on the push up, right? What we're looking for on the Power 3 move is, this is accumulation, have a little bit of manipulation with it going down. Maybe it looks like we're going to go down here, sort of like a Judas swing kind of thing, right? And then we eventually are going up. So we'll clear those off and go back to the 15. But let's see the really important piece. Sorry about that. Of that move was this gap. And that combined with another kind of Power 3 setup would give us a good entry for this big move up in the morning, right? So we have the gap. This gap is basically the accumulation as well. We can put a trend line. I would say right there. Oops, sorry. we come back in, right? And then we shoot back down and hit it. That would be the entry, right? Accumulation, false move out, that's the manipulation. Come up, come back down, hit that line, and then distribution up, right? And then we have, for the next move, a couple things to look at here. There's another gap, right? Ends up not doing much with that. Breaks through. No gap here. All right, comes down, back into that 15-minute gap, back into that accumulation range, right? And that's our trigger to go up for the final kind of distribution phase. The next area that, and sorry, you could also say it came back into the order block. Sorry, I forgot to mention that. The order block would be what, like right here, right? I don't know why it's going on like half things. Anyway, the order block would be right there, right? So we did come back into that as well. There's a bunch of things working. Order block, fair value gap, accumulation range, rockets, right? The next thing in here was something that we called out on Discord, and that was the next kind of power 3 move that we saw, and this was with the, you know, kind of pre-lunch consolidation, and this was a lunch move, so we treaded lightly, I would say, on this one, and mainly just watched. I actually entered a little position and just scalped it real quick, but I knew it was sort of a gamble, had a tight stop loss. It came down perfect for an entry, so I said, why not, you know? So this would be like the accumulation for before lunch, and then let's draw a trend line here. Oops, that wasn't a trend line. Sorry. Let's draw a trend line here. And that is where we ended up entering. 12:50, right before lunch ended. So I would say a little risky, and that's why I just scalped it. I got out in like 5 minutes. You know, it made this initial push up, and I think I got out like right here before the big one. Now, obviously, it did continue up after lunch, but you know, sometimes you get some shenanigans right at 1:05. So you just want to be aware of when you're entering, right? So I thought it was good for a scalp. Wanted to play it. You know, had a really tight stop loss over here. So yeah, just wanted to see if the theory worked in action, and it was pretty beautiful, to be honest. It was really nice. Didn't play any of this correctly. I made one move on a false downturn here, and ended up basically breaking even on the day. Mainly just wanted to watch today. I had a pretty busy day, so I was just trying to observe and learn, especially when I just learned, you know, this new style of looking at the power 3 concept. Didn't want to get too crazy with it and just stack up losses all day. But I do want to go into this reversal here because the concept worked again, like really well, but on the 1 minute. And I had called it out as well. So still a little like iffy on the setup and all that stuff. And there's a combination of things going on here. So, but let's look at what I would have considered the consolidation or accumulation phase, right? So let's say it's like right here, right? Something like that. I didn't include that just because, I mean, I guess I should have. because when we draw a trend line, I mean, watch this. I mean, I think you guys see it, right? Look at that. It's beautiful. We come up here, false move, right? Manipulation. We come back down into the range. We do create a couple of fair value gaps, right? And draw those out. And then we came back into, first off, what would be the order block, I think, right? Or maybe, yeah, no, it would be this. We touch right on the top of that accumulation phase in the fair value gap right there, and it just starts the big dump we saw. I had a target of, I believe I was targeting, you know, the CE of one of these gaps or something like that. I don't remember exactly because I didn't actually play it. I was just watching it. But yeah, I mean, you can play the CE of a gap. You can play the top of a gap. Very conservatively, you know, you could play down to here, equal lows, right? What a great move. That's a great move. Look at that. I mean, it's almost straight down. Take out these equal lows, and you're talking about 4201 to, what's the low of that? 4189. 4201, so that's what? 12? 12 handles? That's a huge move. Like, and that happened within 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 candles. 5 1-minute candles. If you enter here, it's 7. And let's say it's 10. Let's say it's 10 minutes. You're talking about 10 minutes for 500 plus bucks per contract on a very high probability move. We're already way above our daily goals, right? Our daily targets. We're in a huge premium for the day. And we'll draw that out and sort of show what that looked like. But, I mean, that's just super nice. So I love that I saw it and that I called it out, and you know, I was correct on it. With more experience, I would feel comfortable entering that, but I'm just not there yet. So just watched for that one. I had a lower target. I think it was down around here. It wasn't the whole thing for sure, but it would have bagged a pretty good amount. So yeah, but the learning was great. You know, you have equal lows there, right? Like that's a pretty juicy target too. You have so many in here, not this one, but you know, these equal lows, so many. And if you want to get, you know, super conservative and not have to pass through too many order blocks and stuff like that, gaps, still could have done really well. So yeah, I'm not really going to go through the rest of the moves. I didn't get to do much after that, but I do want to show, you know, the concept of, you know, premium and discount, because a lot of people were asking me about it, and this is just coming with experience, watching ICT videos and watching other people talk about ICT videos and watching his live streams and blah, 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 blah. You know, when we had made this move, I really started here. And we had peaked and we were coming down. When I was trying to think, okay, where could it come back up? I plotted out the 50% line and I called this out 41.75.75. I'm using the bodies. I think that's correct. If anyone has any more info on that, please let me know. But it seemed to line up pretty well. You know, I was thinking that's kind of balanced price for the day, and it did just sort of wave around that line for the rest of the day. So when you're thinking of where could it stop, you know, on a huge push up and then a huge push down, and you think it's going to end on balanced price, it's usually going to do something like that, right? Or just overshoot maybe and come right back and sort of consolidate. So that's a good thing to do. You just get the whole range of the move in the morning, if the move on the evening is, or the afternoon is going down, you can get a relatively good idea for where price is going to settle. And then you just look for, targets, swing lows, gaps, and stuff like that. So that's all I'm going to go through today. I think it's been a really fun learning experience with this new Discord community we're putting together. Hopefully some people can join in. If you're interested in ICT theory, that's all we talk about. And the whole point of the community is to try to build a resource for people to learn ICT theory and apply it in live trading. We're in there talking about things we see, setups we see throughout the day. And we're trying to compile a good list of resources to watch and read if you want to learn more. So please, Discord is in the description. Join if you're interested. It will always be free, never paid, never going to call a signal service or anything like that. We'll never take credit for any of the ideas. It's all about helping everyone through this mentorship. It's a great opportunity that we have this year. Don't let it slip, all right? Put the work in, all right? Happy Thursday, everybody. See you tomorrow. Bye.